So welcome to Winter Wonderland, a place where the sun never rises during winter, but then again, it never sets during summer. It's one of those places where people come from all over the world to experience dog sledding, ice hotels, northern light, and indulge in some fantastic local cuisine. And I, for one, I really can't wait. So let's get going. Woohoo! In this episode, I'm starting my journey in Kiruna, located deep in the heart of Swedish Lapland. I'll be making a seafood recipe inside a hotel completely made out of ice. I'll use a very particular bread to make my interpretation of a Nordic kebab. I'll prepare a soup dish with mushrooms I picked from deep down a local mine, and I'll teach you how to combine different sauces for an out-of-this-world whitefish dish. You may wonder how you're supposed to find fresh food and great local cuisine when the ground is completely covered with snow for so many months of the year. Well, you'd be very surprised of what we have in store for you. Kiruna is remarkable for a small town. 20,000 people live here, but over 80 nationalities are working for two major businesses, the iron ore mine and the Space Research Center. The mine produces the best iron ore in the world and goes so deep that the foundations of the city are under threat. So the mining company is literally relocating the entire town. Well, here you can see a model of the entire area of Kiruna. There's the mine, and everything inside of this red stripe right here is going to be moved from here down here. That's quite an operation. Nothing on this scale has ever been tried before, which goes to show that the pioneer spirit is very strong in this part of the world. This is the world-famous ice hotel in Jukkasjärvi. It's a hotel completely made out of ice and snow. I'm going to meet Arne, who is one of the creators behind this hotel, and I'm really hoping to get the full ice hotel experience while I'm here. Now, I've heard that each year you have to rebuild the hotel. Is that true?
Yeah, we're probably the only hotel in the world that you have to rebuild every year. With snow cannons, you produce small ice crystals with air in between it, so it looks like snow, but it's much stronger. It's a perfect building material, but it's also insulating because it's got air. If you build with clear ice, it will be much colder inside the ice hotel.
I love them doors. Those doors are amazing, yeah.
I want to show you just what art could be like in the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. The Ice Hotel has rooms that are each one of a kind. 40 artists from almost 20 countries come to the hotel each year to create sculptures and carvings in their own style. And the results are truly fascinating.
Is that a dragon?
A Northern Light suite. Might not be the real thing, but it sure is pretty. Once you venture out of your room, you can head over to the nearby ice bar for the coldest drinks you'll ever try. So we're here at the Ice Hotel in the bar with the head chef Alex.
Hello. I'm here with my friend Tareq in the ice bar at the Ice Hotel Jukkasjärvi. Okay, first we're going to make a starter. It's like a traditional starter in the Ice Hotel. It's a bleak roe, whitefish roe, served on the ice plate with some fried bleak and some warm smoked whitefish.
And this will be the bleak?
This is going to be the bleak. We're going to fry it in olive oil.
And this specific bleak roe is from Kalix, and the color is exceptional. If you look at the two, this one is dark orange, and this is light orange.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get started. Where do you want me to start?
You can chop some onions, because it's like a garnish that goes with it. You can chop some red onions.
And you want them quite fine?
Yeah, exactly. Then we're going to use some lemon too.
I'll cut beside the core, actually, for this one. Lemon for you. Do you want me to fry these ones?
Yeah, exactly. You can fry these ones.
Then I will be excusing myself.
Yeah, no problem. The skin goes away quite easily, so that's really nicely smoked. If it's not smoked enough, the skin gets stuck.
It's not exactly warm in here, so it takes a little bit of time for the pan to get hot, but I think we're there now. So I'll be adding a little bit of oil to it, and then the bleak, placing the fillets, skin down with a very thin bit of salt. That's it. How's it going for you?
I'm okay. How's it going for you? Is it ready?
It's all good. It's all good here. Okay, so I've got the fried bleak for you.
Okay.
Right
Thank
here.
you. So we can start to plate. We go like this. We have some spoons. We have a little bit of warm water. It's easier to egg the things. We can start with the bleak raw. Put egg of bleak raw. Like the perfect lemon pieces. And then we can put some hot smoked fish here. Here you are.
Here's mine. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you.
Norlanders really like to go into the mountains for picnics this time of year. You pack your food, bring your tools for the snow, and go as far as you can for some fresh winter grub. Have a look at this area. It's unbelievable. We're almost as far up north in Sweden as you can come. And if you look at the far distance, the gate to Lapland. In Sweden, there are laws called allemansrätten, which translates as the freedom to roam. Anyone here has the right to enjoy nature throughout the country, as long as you leave it the way you found it. So you can build your own campfire and make sure that other people can use the area as they wish.
Oh, yeah.
So here I am, carving away at my sovas, which is a salted and smoked reindeer steak. I'm going to make something like a Nordic kebab sort of thing out of this. It's next to impossible to find fresh food when the landscape is frozen. So, a lot of the time, you work with frozen ingredients, such as this meat I'm using. And you'll find that many berries and herbs can be used in exactly the same way. There you go. Now that's quite enough, I think. I'm just going to slice up a few onions, and then we're going to fry it with some nice thyme and junipers as well, and we'll add a little bit of this mace smell. It's savory, it's sweet, and it has a distinct caramel flavor. And with the kebab, of course, you need bread. This is called gakko, and this is very, very easy to make. I've used wheat flour, milk, butter, a little bit of honey, salt, and yeast. Now, all you need to do when you get out here is to form a little sort of pita-like bread, and then you just fry it. Excellent. So they're just about done. Now, for my kebab, like I said, I was going to have some nice onion. So I'll just cut this up, wedge it like this. All right, so the junipers in here, instead of chopping them, because I don't have a chopping board, I'll just crush them like this. Just give them a little squeeze, and they'll mush up just like that. Get them together with the onions, a bit of thyme. So I've got my junipers, my thyme, onion, the meat, everything is there. A little bit of salt I will add while cooking it, and some of this mesmo. That's it. One, two, three, up. A little bit of salt on it. And when I tipped it down, or I tipped it over here onto the hot plate, I made sure the onions got down there first. So the meat just stays on top. And I'll add 10 centimeters of mesmo, or maybe 15. It's actually quite good. Now this is starting to
Look like it's done. Just have a quick taste. Oh, that is beautiful. Meat is so tender, it just falls apart. And the junipers are there, the onions are nice and sweet. Mesmo, it's all coming together very, very nicely. A little bit of salt right there, and I think I'm done. So I'm just gonna get one of my nice gakos here, get that goodness up there, get some lingonberries, some nice sliced red onions, and we're done. Get over here and grab yourself one. There you go. Yeah. So I hope you like it. It's nice, though. Oh, so nice when you get it all fresh.
While there's still a little bit of light, I'm going snowboarding. And for a winter sport lover like me, Björkliden is a true paradise.
These kicks are hard to control sometimes. Well, I'm on my way to Camp Ripan, where I'm going to stay the night. It's also the place where I'll be meeting Marcus, who's in charge of the restaurant. And I'll be digging into some local ingredients together with him. How you doing? Wow. You can tell that you've got an international crowd when your daily newspaper is in Japanese. So I think I'll stick with this one. At least there are pictures that I can look at.
Preparing local cuisine in a winter atmosphere has its challenges. Marcus is going to tell me how preserving food well in advance is important when you're a chef this far north.
Up here, you have quite a long winter.
Yes.
What do you do for fresh ingredients?
And we have like roots, like carrots, and we smoke things that we're gonna do right now. And
I'm also seeing these beauties sitting right next to me. And these are ptarmigans, right?
Yes.
Rock ptarmigans.
Yes.
You're going to have to show me how to do this, because I've never plucked one of these before.
Okay, it's just to take one.
The rock ptarmigan is a type of grouse, and the indigenous Sami in the area sometimes call this giron, which translates as Kiruna in Swedish. And Kiruna, of course, is the name of the town here.
So now it's time to cure them.
Now it's time to cure them, yes.
So equal amounts of salt and sugar.
Yes, that's good.
I've got about a tablespoon here of salt and a tablespoon of sugar.
Yes.
And that's it, really.
That's it.
You want to put them inside?
Yes. Get into the lavabo.
Oh! That's a violent fire you got in there. Yep, it's there.
That's it.
And I would just wait for 5 hours or so.
Once the rock ptarmigan is smoked, it's in a perfect state to add to the soup recipe I'm about to prepare. I'm always happy to make a local food dish with ingredients I don't often use.
This is shiitake mushrooms, and they come from here, from the mines. And they grow 500 meters below the surface, and they're absolutely wonderful. They have been growing here for about 10 to 15 years. Originally, this comes from Japan, but now you'll find it here, and the quality is absolutely amazing.
Now for the other ingredients. Start with chopping up a white onion and add a bit of garlic and thyme to give the soup more of a kick. Then the brilliant Jerusalem artichoke. They should be prepared as you see here. No need for cream in this recipe. The soup will still be amazing without it.
All right, this is nice and soft, no color added. It's time for a little bit of white wine.
While the soup has come to a boil, I'll prepare the salad. I'm taking some light green leaves and leftover mushrooms that I will lightly cook, and I will put together a mouth-watering honey and vinegar dressing.
It's ready. As soon as all of the vegetables are nice and soft, all you need to do is blitz it. And you can use a blender if you want to, or just one of these babies. Let's see what it's like then. It's absolutely delicious.
And I've got one very unique ingredient that I still have to add.
This right here, this is lichen, and it would be fair to say that it's actually candy for the reindeers. I've stolen it from the reindeers today to use it in my food. It's actually crossing in between a fungus and an algae. It's not really a regular plant. It doesn't need direct contact with soil. It'll grow on ground, on rocks, and on trees as well. And in the oil it goes. I'll be deep frying this one today. And there you go. As soon as the bubbles stop, that means all of the water is gone, and you're left with a nice and crisp result. And before it gets cold, just add a little bit of salt to it, so the salt will stick to it. I promised you rock ptarmigan, but I haven't shown you any rock ptarmigan yet. Well, here it is. This is cured and smoked breast of rock ptarmigan. It's already been pre-sliced in, but it will make a wonderful addition to the salad. Nice and salty, smoky. Now I'm just going to put the salad together, so I'll see you in a little while. It's plating time.
This is the driest area in all of Sweden. It is actually so dry, you could call it an Arctic desert if you want to. This has brought with it as well that the sky is virtually cloud-free, and it is considered the best place in the world to witness the aurora borealis, or the northern lights. And it's, of course, one of the reasons why I'm here as well. But first, we're going fishing. This lake here is Tareq, and here we're going to experience a completely new type of fishing. It's called ark fishing. And an ark is something like this. It can be made up out of an old caravan, a tent, or anything else that you can pull out onto the lake. The only thing about it is that it has to have a hole in the middle so you can drop down your lure and go fishing. I'm on my way to meet Per, who's been doing this kind of fishing since he was 6 years old. I doubt many people have experienced what I'm about to do. So this is the ark?
Yes, this is the ark, yes.
Did you just pick up an old caravan, or?
No, it's just an old caravan, a little bit paint on it. Otherwise, it's orange.
So you put it on, what, on a sledge, or?
Yeah, exactly. This is it. So, please.
Thank you very much. Oh.
Really simple, but it works.
What are you doing out there? Come on, get inside. It's nice and warm in here.
Yeah.
So where do you do the fishing then?
The fishing we do through a hole in the floor, here, like here. Now we have to drill a new hole in the ice.
Okay, I've never drilled a hole in the ice, so you're gonna have to show me.
Yeah, all righty then.
Oh, it's done already.
Yes.
It's like 10 seconds. The water is extremely clear, isn't it? I wish you could see this, because you can actually see the bottom. It is so clear.
4 or 5 meters deep or so. So you have a rod and a lure behind you.
Okay.
The blinking one, it's the best.
A blinking one?
Yeah, it starts to blink in the water.
So what kind of bait are you using then?
This is fake bait.
This is a whole new world to me. I mean, for me, fishing has been like you go out on a day, you go out on a boat, and that's it.
Yes.
But here, you plant yourself in one spot,
Yeah.
and you stay here for the rest of the period.
Yeah. It's also became like a kind of a lifestyle after a while. It's nice. Really nice.
Well, that was really nice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the fake maggot and the blinking lure didn't do it this time.
Oh, exactly. But better luck next one.
Better luck next time, yeah. Maybe I'll just come back and stay for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I'll see you.
Yes.
Take good care.
Same to you.
Oh, well, as someone once said, the fishing was good, it was the catching that was bad. So this is where our Aurora adventure begins. I'm going to take the skylift up to 900 meters, where I'll meet Robert, who's going to teach me everything there is to know about the Aurora Borealis,
or the northern lights. Well, it's clearing up and the stars are out. So tonight might be the night when we get to see the aurora. Hi there.
Hi.
You're Robert?
Yes, welcome to our sky station.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll head inside and I'll tell you what's gonna go on from there, all right? So
Okay.
get out of the cold. All right. This is the Aurora Sky Station right here.
Your expertise is really in the aurora section, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking forward to this, you know, very much. So I want to know, like, what are the chances that we'll see one tonight?
They're pretty fair. The clouds are moving past us and the forecast is pretty fair, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like the stars were out, so
Yeah,
oh,
that's nice.
I'm
Fingers
keeping my
crossed,
fingers
yeah.
crossed, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'll get going in the kitchen and I
set
guess
up
I'll
in the
see you in a little while, okay?
All right.
Okay, cool.
See you later.
Okay, thanks.
As you've seen, it's definitely a challenge to find fresh things growing this time of year, but there's no shortage of snow. I'm gonna make a creative use for it for a Japanese-inspired sashimi dish. I bet that raw fish goes great with fresh snow.
It's really cold and really windy out there. Oh, well, anyway, we went out on the Ark before to try and catch a little bit of whitefish. I couldn't get any whitefish then, but I have found some. I've got some excellent local whitefish, and it's very important when you make sashimi that you choose the best quality fish. And the best quality fish is always local. So what I'm going to do with this sashimi this time is that I'm going to try and add some flavors that are typical for this area or typical for Sweden in general.
I'll start by making the tapioca, and you can find this in most Asian food stores if it's not available in your supermarket. When you cook it, they transform into something that looks like roe. They end up coming out nice, soft and transparent. It's really flexible, perfect to flavor, and excellent for a dish like this. I'll make two versions of the tapioca, one with beetroot and one with soy sauce.
So, for the beetroots, you don't need to peel the beetroots. As long as you've rinsed them, that's just fine. And I'm using the fine side of the grater just to get them really, really fine so I can press out the juice, because that's what I want. I don't really want the meat of the beetroot. That is beautiful. So I'll just grab myself a second plate, lift up that juicy meat from the beetroots and just press it. And just squeeze it between your fingers like that. And all of the juice will come out. Excellent stuff. And now it's time to add some tapioca to it. One generous spoon. And you can see here as I keep working the tapioca into the beetroot juice, you can see some of them have come up here on the side of the plate, and have a look at it. See how beautiful they are? Look at that. There we go. Now, have a look at that. That's the texture I'm after before I'm allowing this to just sit and relax. I've filled the juice with tapioca seeds. It's more now like a loose jam. The juice has been absorbed by the tapioca, and I'm going to allow this to sit for another 10 minutes before I use it. So, while that sits and rests, I'm moving on to my soya tapioca.
The soy sauce tapioca is really simple. You just add soy sauce to it, stir it around, et voila. This dish will also need two other sauces. The first one takes a bit of preparation. For sauce number one, you'll want to peel some white radish and then make a hole in the center, like so. You stick a chili pepper inside the hole, cut off anything remaining, and then you can grate the chili and the radish at the same time. Chili is really difficult to grate down, so this is a perfect solution to get a lot of hot spice into your sauce. Next, you add lemon juice and an equal amount of soy sauce. And that's it for the first one. Sauce number two is a simple garlic and mayonnaise sauce, a perfect flavor to use with fish. It might be hard to imagine garlic mayonnaise with sashimi, but believe me, it works.
All that's left is to grate down or slice down a few of these wonderful vegetables and then cut up the fish.
Up here, 1,000 meters high, you can see the northern lights really well on a clear night. Auroras are created when solar flare particles interact with the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere. And you know, the Sami thought that the lights were the spirits of their ancestors dancing in the sky for them.
So this
is a pretty good place. You get away from the station a little bit, and we're far away from the nearest city. So we're quite far away from any light pollutions.
Yeah, there's a nice rock there.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and hum.
All right.
Very nice. After a while, it seems like my eyes are playing tricks on me.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Wait a minute, what is that? Is that the start of it?
Oh yeah, yeah,
there?
you see the little sliver going across there?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God, look at it.
Nice. And now you know which way you're gonna look, because you can expect this one to grow, and it's gonna grow to something bigger. Like, it can almost look like a curtain along like this across. Oh yeah. Here you see, it's starting to build up a little bit.
It's stretching up there
yeah,
as well,
it's stretching up
isn't
a little bit, yeah. That's nice. Oh. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Stunning.
You can almost see a fade of red on top right there.
Yeah.
You see it?
It's crazy.
Just a little bit.
I knew you'd start it for us.
Yeah.
Ah!
Nice one.
Standing here in the middle of the frozen Torne Lake, surrounded by snow-covered mountains, you realize just how small you are in the middle of nature. And I've learned that the best way to exist in a place like Swedish Lapland is to work with it and not against it. The Sami learned early on that land and sea provides for plants and animal in its own way. So despite the extreme weather here, you can coexist with nature, but still live a modern and comfortable life. And with the simplicity of the local cuisine here, it truly proves that pure and simple is always a winner.